Hey, this is Alerionbeatz, and today we're going to go over 3 ways on how to save CPU in Ableton 11. Let's get right to it.
I am Alerion.
Okay guys, so our first tip here is going to be to lower the sample rate. To do this, we're going to go on the top left, and mine's going to be chopped off here because of my screen recording size. But it's going to say live, you're going to go to preferences, and Windows it'll say options. Um, so this will open the preferences window, and you want to make sure that you're in this audio tab here on the left side. And then we're going to go to the middle section here where it says sample rate. Now I keep mine at 44.1K, which is the industry standard for Spotify, iTunes, etc. Um, anything higher is going to be used for filmmaking, things of that nature, where they really need like high audio rates. But for what we're doing, 44.1K is perfectly fine. That'll help save some CPU. The next thing here is latency. And looking at this, the lower sample rates here, or lower buffer size, I should say, um, are used for input of audio, um, like external synths, vocal recordings, things of that nature. By having this lowered, it basically reduces the input latency itself, um, which provides a cleaner recording. Now, for most of the in-the-box stuff, I have mine set at 256 or 512, and then anything higher, you're going to be introducing a lot of latency. But that's if you're on a really older computer. And for the record, what I'm working on is a MacBook Pro 2015 with a dual-core i7, which is going to be pretty similar to what a lot of you guys are probably working on. So I'm going to choose 256 for this. And then this kind of gives you a measurement of your input and output latency here as well, and your overall latency. And you want to try to keep those numbers as low as possible without peaking your CPU. So the third tip, last but not least, is we're going to pull up Arcade Output. And I'm going to show you guys how to freeze some tracks. So if you go over here, I'm going to press Shift Command M to create a MIDI track, and we're going to do some quick MIDI stuff. Okay. So I'm going to press play on this and it'll play the track, and we're going to keep an eye on the CPU. And we're not even playing it yet, and look at that. That's pretty high. Right. So to freeze the track, you're going to go over here in the input output section. You're going to right click on this and you're going to press freeze track. So this is basically going to freeze the arrangement. So taking a look at the CPU up here, it dropped it really low. And basically this is freezing it so that we can play it back in real time without it actually using the instrument in real time. So you can now have multiple versions of Arcade, which is a very CPU intensive program. And not only that, but you can copy and paste it in here. We'll mute this track and do stuff like fade. So it sounds like this. And it'll kind of fade in. So freeze tracks is a really cool tool, and it really helps save some CPU natively quickly in Ableton Live 11. Again, these are 3 quick tips in Ableton Live 11 to help you save some CPU. If you have any other advice, please feel free to drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys have to offer and say.